A Florida teenager is recovering after what doctors believe was a rare and potentially deadly bacterial infection linked to coastal waters. His family says what started as a minor scratch turned into a life-threatening emergency within 2 days. They're now calling for greater public awareness.
What child wants to spend their summer fighting for their life?
17-year-old Josiah Thompson spent what should have been a normal summer day at Lions Park in Niceville with his siblings. Within 2 days, a minor scratch on his leg became a life-threatening emergency. His mother says the warning signs escalated fast.
2 days later, and his entire leg was red. He was moaning and just hot to the touch and in a lot of pain. As soon as I pulled up his pants leg, I was like, oh yeah, we need to go. We need to go now.
Doctors confirmed Josiah contracted Vibrio, a naturally occurring bacteria found in warm, brackish coastal waters. Doctors sometimes call it flesh-eating bacteria due to the severe damage it causes to skin and soft tissue. His mother says the diagnosis stopped her cold.
I was like, I'm sorry, what? I've never heard of it.
According to the Florida Department of Health, people can become infected by eating raw or undercooked shellfish, particularly oysters, or when open wounds come into contact with coastal waters. While healthy people often experience mild illness, the bacteria can become life-threatening if it enters the bloodstream, causing septic shock and severe skin infections. Doctors first treated Josiah at Twin Cities Hospital, then rushed him to Family Children's Hospital in Pensacola for emergency surgery to remove infected tissue.
And it's just been a whirlwind trying to make sure that he's okay, and it's been very taxing, that's for certain. I don't really know how long we're going to be here.
Josiah, who is also autistic, remains hospitalized, receiving IV antibiotics as doctors work to move him to oral medication. He is also being treated with a wound vacuum. His mother now wants local leaders to increase public awareness about the bacteria and potential risk in public waters.
And that's why I am doing such a push for a system put in place that can send out alerts to let us know the bacteria levels in the local water. I don't want this to happen to anybody else's children. My son is 5'11" and 225 pounds. But what if this is a 5-year-old who doesn't necessarily have the strength behind them to be able to fight something off like this?
As Josiah fights to recover, his family is also fighting a financial battle, mounting medical bills and lost income while his mother stays by his side. They hope their story pushes leaders to act so no other family faces the same scare. If you'd like to help the Thompson family, donation information is linked with this story on Fox 10 TV.
They should check Colloidal Silver. I mean, you guys could get that at what was that store called? It was called the Vitamin Shop. You just look it up if you have like any of those types of injuries. The fact like they even have cream and obviously liquid forms that you could take by like basically through the mouth. I could say as an experience, well, we had my great grandfather. He had like a flesh-eating bacteria a long time ago, and the nurse used to put cream on him, but it wasn't actually Colloidal Silver, the cream. And in this case, that flesh-eating bacteria just kept growing, and as it kept growing, we decided to go and actually get Colloidal Silver, the cream, and it actually did work way more better than the cream that the nurse was putting on his back. And so you guys can only understand that our purpose was for him to heal, and in this case it was actually doing the job. But about that time it was already too late. As he was healing, he had already other conditions, so which is like, he was already old of age, Um, he already had breathing problems, and he was like already like touching the 100 years old. But you guys could look it up online, and its benefits. Oh, and another thing, they were recommending colloidal silver, basically during COVID, and during that time, there was a lot of censorship, and they didn't want the public to actually hear or even look up or find colloidal silver. So in this case, like the censorship was like out of hand. Like they was taking down literally a lot of Facebook accounts. Like, you know, I mean, it was hard to let alone pass that information on. And I mean, especially to people with other languages that obviously they don't speak English. But best thing you guys could do is just look up colloidal silver, and they got creams, and give it a try, because you know how the medical field is. They most definitely is gonna give you something else, but there's always alternatives, and I could just give y'all part of our story from our family, from the Gonzalez. So that's all I could say from my story and my end.